Charting Toward Intimacy covers mature topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Sex is messy, literally. In this episode, we are just diving into how to clean up. What are some of the best tips? What do a lot of people do? So if you've ever had questions about how the heck do I clean up? How do I manage like dripping the next couple of days? How do I keep our sheets clean? This is the episode for you. Welcome to Charting Toward Intimacy, the podcast for Catholic women that helps you improve your sex life, strengthen your marriage, and embrace God's design for love. My name is Ellen Holloway, and joining me today is my semi-regular co-host, Kathleen Chovanes. Let's talk about cleanup.
We've got the practical episode today.
Yes, super practical. But, you know, this is definitely a question we get a lot. Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, I get it a lot, like on Instagram. Whenever I have a question box, people are always like, how do we clean up?
Yeah.
And okay, so here's the thing to like preface everything we're going to say is that different male and female bodies handle sex differently. Okay. So some men have very copious ejaculate and some men don't. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if your husband like doesn't have very copious ejaculate, cleanup might not be very difficult for you. But on the other side, right, if your husband has very copious ejaculate, sex might be very messy for you. That's all within the range of normal. Like it's totally normal if sex is not that messy, and it's totally normal if sex is very messy. And so we're just going to when it comes to cleanup, you kind of got to figure out like what works for you guys. Like on the other side of it, female bodies, like just depending on how your anatomy is structured, how your vaginal canal is structured, the size of your vaginal canal, like all of those things depend on how much your body like holds on to the ejaculate. And so like for some women, your body might just like slough it off that night. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And then it's like not a big deal. For other women, it's like the next 2 days you're like dripping and it's like, what the heck is going on? So yes. Again, that's all within the range of normal. And so just, you know, we're going to give some tips. We're going to give some ideas and try them out, see what works for you and go for it.
Yes.
So
perfect.
All right. What should we start with? I don't know. Should we just start with like some basic
Yeah, let's start with
tips?
The basic. I think okay, how do we get from the bed to the bathroom?
There we go.
I think that's a great place to start. Because basically, no matter what your preference is, what you're like, whatever you are comfortable with or not comfortable with, everyone's going to have to get from the bed to the bathroom.
Because, and if you're not doing this, women, you need to pee within about an hour of having sex. That will help your urinary tract to stay clean, and it will also help your vaginal canal if you just bear down just a little bit. It does not need to be like this massive, crazy thing. But if you bear down a little bit, do a couple of Kegels over the toilet, that will just also help your vaginal canal to get the ejaculate out.
I would say...
So it's a cleanliness thing.
It is a cleanliness thing. I will also say that, yes, especially if you tend to kind of hold on to it or if your husband has copious amounts of ejaculate, like Ellen said, that can continue coming out for like a couple days even, depending. So doing those... And then if you're practicing NFP, that like really can confuse mucus observations and stuff sometimes. So you really do want to try to get as much of that out as you can. No, it is not doing anything to prevent pregnancy. No, it's not considered like anti-life to do that. It takes sperm 5 minutes to reach the fallopian tube. That's all you need. So, and there's plenty of it staying in there. It's not like going to the bathroom right away and pushing it out is doing anything to minimize your chances of pregnancy. Number one. Number two, you do just to try and get as much of that out. And I would say for any like newlyweds or, you know, people that this is like very new information or like information that you might need, to do a Kegel properly, you really need to like try to imagine like stopping your flow of urine and stopping a BM at the same time. Right? So kind of pulling up to hold everything in. So a lot of the times we're told like, oh yeah, just stop your urine flow. Really, to do a proper Kegel, you need to stop your urine flow and stop a bowel movement from coming out all at one time. And then bear down to actually push some of that out. And then do that like 3, 4, 5 times. Just bear up or pull up, bear down, and it'll just push a lot of that out. It's never going to be perfect, but just try to get as much out as you can so you're not leaking over the next couple days.
Yeah. And again, this might be particularly helpful for those women who are like, oh my gosh, it's literally the next 2 days.
Yes.
Like, if you're not doing this right now, do this, 3 or 4 times Kegel. And you can also do like a couple of Kegels and then bear down, just kind of figure out what works for you. But that will help to eliminate the additional seminal fluid.
But I will say this.
Hanging out.
Yeah, I will say this. We went right to the bathroom. We didn't talk about how to get to the bathroom. So.
We did. Okay, so back to the bed now.
Before you even got to the bathroom. Okay, there's a couple methods here. There's the good old-fashioned waddle. You're welcome to do.
Yeah.
If you'd like. Okay, just keep.
This works if you're on the lower side of ejaculate.
And also if you're very close to the bathroom. If you have a master bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and you're steps away, go ahead, make it easy on yourself. Just do a little waddle and get over there.
Just hold your hand under if you're like feeling drippy.
Yeah, anything, right?
You can always wash your hands. It's not a big deal.
You can always wash your hands, yeah. But if you maybe have your one bathroom household and it's out in the hall and you got to kind of like share a towel next to the bed goes a long way. So just keep. Ellen has a very particular towel, does she not?
Oh my gosh, Mentionables.
It's very cute.
It's super cute. Mentionables has like a bedroom towel, and it's a nice, like, the material's kind of cool the way it like sops it up, I guess, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's such a cute towel that even your mother-in-law won't realize what the towel is if she's folding your laundry.
Ask Ellen how she knows that.
There's an episode where I tell that story. I don't remember what episode it was, but I did. That was a story. Yeah, so Mentionables has a towel. I mean, you can just use a hand towel, right? Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't really matter what towel. You can have a particular towel set aside if that makes you feel more comfortable for cleanliness. I mean, if you're sending it through the wash and you have a good detergent, it will really clean off. Like it's not gonna, it's don't worry about that for cleanliness things. So you can definitely use a regular hand towel. But yeah, any kind of towel can be helpful. Another thing that I haven't used these personally, but a lot of women swear by baby wipes, just using baby wipes. Mm-hmm. So that's also another option. Yeah. And sometimes like a wet towel, you might prefer a wet towel. So you could kind of like dampen the towel ahead of time. Mm-hmm. I think what's particularly helpful is just put a minor plan into your head of what you're going to do before you have sex. Because you don't want to just be sitting there going, oh crap, how are we going to get to the bathroom now?
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. Yeah. And listen, if you didn't plan, you forgot to plan, say you were very in the moment and, desire took over. Great. Love that for you. You got the waddle. Just do the waddle.
Just waddle. It'll be okay.
It's okay.
It'll be
it's
okay.
All fine.
Just catch it with your hands. Okay. So what about separating in the bed? Let's talk about keeping the sheets clean. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So one option, and this works better if you're doing a woman on top position. It doesn't work as well with a man on top position or side lying positions or seated positions or whatever. But one option, if you're trying to keep the sheets clean, right, is woman on top, and then you just get up, let it drip onto him, right? And then you waddle.
Yes.
I'm being very explicit here.
You are.
And then he is going to need to use a towel or wipe up or something like that. But the way that women on top positions work, you're more likely to drip on him than on the sheets. The way that man on top positions work and side lying positions, when you separate, you're more likely to drip onto sheets. Mm-hmm. So one option is a sex blanket. Now, these are also called pet blankets. So you can search for that. Okay. But basically what it is it is a comforter that goes on top of your bed that is waterproof on the bottom. So it's just like this blanket that's waterproof. This is why it's called a pet blanket, right? And so you can just lay it down on the bed before you guys start having sex. And then you just don't really have to worry about getting it messy or anything like that, because at the end, you're going to just fold it up, put it to the side, or stick it in the washer to start, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And your sheets are totally clean under it.
Yes.
So that is one option. Works very well if there's like copious. If you're like, oh my gosh, I am washing sheets every single day because we're having sex. Like, if you're feeling overwhelmed with that, you need to get a sex blanket.
Yeah. And also good for you if you're having sex every single day.
I know, right? I just saw that. I saw that recently in like a group on Instagram, like a Catholic women's group or something like that. And it was just like, this woman was like pulling her hair out because she was like, we have lots of sex and I like having lots of sex, but I'm washing sheets every single day and I'm so frustrated. So I'm speaking to that woman right now. I'm so glad that you are enjoying having sex and that you're having a lot of sex. That's wonderful. Get a sex blanket and you will not pull out your hair quite as much.
Also, getting a dark color in that blanket, also great for period sex if you are okay with period sex.
That's true. Now, if you don't want to shell out the like $30 to $60 for the sex blanket, one option. So there are different sizes of sex blankets, right? There's ones that can cover the whole bed and there are smaller ones, right? So you could just get a smaller one that just kind of covers the section you guys are going to be on while you're having sex. But then there's also just the good old fashioned towel. Just lay a towel down.
A towel. Another thing you could do that's actually very cheap, might even be cheaper than the sex blanket, is to get just a cheap mattress protector that you can actually put over top of your sheets, right? Like normally mattress protector goes under your sheets, but
it might not be as comfortable as the sex.
They
blanket,
have
like the
some
sex
more
blanket
comfortable
is
ones
like
though.
Fuzzy.
Oh well, okay. Well, it's not gonna be fuzzy, but it doesn't have to be like the plasticky on top or anything. It's a lot of the
so
times
there's more
with these mattress protectors now. Yeah, it's like a quilted, just cottony.
Oh, okay. All right, that's not
like
that bad.
fabric on top, and then the waterproof on the bottom layer. Like I said, you can get those. I mean, I'm sure on Amazon, like there's probably an Amazon Basics, brand, or even if you go to a place like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or, any of those sort of like discount sort of chains, you can almost certainly get them inexpensive there too. Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I know that this question is going to come up, so let's chat a little bit about the cum sponge.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not a contraceptive device.
Yes.
Just to start, okay? It is not advertised as a contraceptive device. It is not a contraceptive device. Now, this is a conversation you need to have with Jesus. Is having something in your vagina that is like kind of sopping up the liquid for you? Like, again, this is a conversation to have with Jesus. Is this negating an aspect of the unitive part of sex, right? You're adding in an aid. So I'm giving the same caution that I do with marital aids. That's what we call sex toys. Okay. It's you're adding something into a natural union. You need to have a conversation with God of whether or not that is okay. It is not a contraceptive device, right? So there is not a like moral aspect to this. This is about your relationship with God and your relationship with your husband and whether that works or not.
Yeah.
Anything else on the... I say the same thing about period discs. Because I think it's the disc that you can have sex on your period. I say the same exact thing. It's not advertised as a contraceptive device. The reason why it's not is because it's probably about in the range of 50 to 60% effective at avoiding pregnancy.
Yeah.
Okay, right? So and that is not high enough for them to advertise it as a contraceptive device, right? So yes, it is in fact blocking some of the sperm.
Yes.
So like, this is the conversation you need to have with Jesus, right? Is that slight blockage, is that a problem?
Yeah.
Or is it not? So
and I would say,
I can't give you that answer.
When we're talking about the cum sponge too, like I think there could be a middle of the ways. I mean, first of all, there's lots of ways to just clean up without it. But If it's something that you found useful and effective, like I said, it is scientific fact. It takes sperm 5 minutes to get to the fallopian tube. So maybe you finish, you stay snuggling for 5 minutes, which is not a bad thing. And then you go ahead and maybe you can just, by that point, any sperm that's there is there. So, or that's made it there is going to be there. So just give it a 5-minute window and then go ahead and clean up however you need to.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other? Oh, you know what? I want to talk about like cleaning up lube because our top recommendation is oil, and oil can be a little
finicky. Stains.
Finicky.
Yeah.
It can stain your sheets.
Yes.
So, again, sex blanket, towels, those all work well. You could just like not care about oil sheet like stains.
That's my preferred
you
method.
could just not. I don't. Our sheets have oil stains on them and it's fine. We don't use those sheets for like the guest bed. Like those are our sheets, right?
Yeah.
And we have different ones for the guest bed. So it's fine.
Not a big deal. Do what you want.
Yeah. So there's that option. You can try to use as little as possible. You don't have to use very much when it comes to oil. When it comes to cleaning the oil up on your body, it can feel a little bit like, depending on how much oil you use, you might have like a lot, like it might have even like gone down your legs or something like that, depending on what position you were using or whatever. When it comes to oil, you don't really need to worry, like your body will soak it in.
Yeah.
You might just be a little oily that night, but by the next morning, it's going to be fine.
It's very good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Water-based, silicone-based lubes, you're going to want to just like wipe down your body and that should be fine. Another option is to just hop in the shower and grab the shower head and just give yourself a rinse off. That works well for husband too. You could take a full shower if that makes you feel better. You don't have to take a shower. I saw one time in a Facebook group, like it was just like, ew, who are these people who are not taking showers after sex? And it's like,
me.
I don't know, 90% of the population?
That's me.
You don't have to take a full shower. I understand if you want to like hop in the shower and rinse a couple of spots. Don't like douche yourself,
Never,
ladies.
yeah.
Never. You should never do that. But like, don't take the shower head and try to like get water. Like your vaginal canal will clean itself out.
Self-cleaning.
Just fine.
Yep.
It does not need help in that matter. But if you want to take the shower head and kind of like rinse off the outer vulva area, that can be totally appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to shower. I just want to like throw that out.
You're welcome to.
I think sometimes
you don't.
You're
have
welcome
to.
to shower.
You don't have to.
Yeah. It's an option.
Yeah.
It's an option. Again, you should go to the bathroom though. So please don't just like use baby wipes, clean up in bed, and then roll over and go to sleep. You ladies, please go and use the bathroom within an hour of having sex. And it's within an hour, right? So if you guys like, if there's not like a lot of ejaculate matter and you like to just clean up a little bit and snuggle for a while, totally fine. But again, like within an hour, you should go use the bathroom, and that is going to mitigate UTIs for you. And that's you're like, if you go to the bathroom and do the Kegel bearing down thing within an hour, you're more likely to be able to actually kind of flush out that extra semen that's hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? One more thing I want to mention. I meant to mention when we were talking about the whole semen flushing it out and dripping the next couple of days. Don't be afraid to like, you can wear a pad, you can wear period underwear, you could just wear a panty liner like the next day after having sex if you know that you're like typically a little drippy. That's totally normal and a lot of women do it.
Yeah.
Like it's not weird if you're like, I'm wearing a pad and I'm not on my period. Like it's totally not weird, friends.
Yeah.
Not weird, totally normal. And also no one's going to know. So
Exactly.
it's fine.
It is what it is.
But panty liners can work really well for that because it's a lot of times it might be drippy, but not that much.
Yes.
Right. And so like your underwear are getting damp and you don't like that very much, but like it's not that big of a deal. So the panty liner can be nice because it's not like you really need to like soak up a lot.
I think that's good advice.
Unless you do, then go ahead.
And wear a pad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I wouldn't use like a menstrual cup.
No.
I would use a pad or period underwear would likely work just fine.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for
period.
sure.
I love period underwear, you
I know.
guys.
They're pretty great. They're pretty great.
Man,
Yeah.
life has changed since I discovered period underwear and menstrual cups.
Agreed.
You guys.
Agreed. That's true.
Maybe we should talk about that
That's
on
true.
another episode.
We could do that.
Talk about a period episode. No, man, it's...
I will
I
say,
hate pads.
though, as a femme instructor, we like to be able to quantify our bleeding. And so we have to count.
But you could totally quantify the bleeding with a cup.
With a cup, you can. Not with period underwear, it's a lot harder.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot
With
harder.
period underwear,
But the
it's
cup, I do like the cup.
Yes.
And period underwear.
Yes.
On my like couple of heavier days, right? So just in case there's a little drippage,
Yep.
right? And then the like last couple of days, I'll just do period underwear.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to do it. For sure.
Big fan. Okay. Anyway,
We digress.
on that note,
Hopefully this was a practical episode, especially great for newlyweds and, everyone just starting to kind of figure this stuff out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or for anybody who's just like been feeling very confused for the past
messy.
couple of years, and you're like, how do people clean up?
And here's,
This episode was for you.
yeah, and just know that it's okay to be messy. It's okay to have a little mess. Nothing's not clean upable, and it's all good. It's all fine.
Yeah. I mean, I guess one more tip, let's just toss it in at the end, is just make sure that you have 2 sets of sheets for your bed. So that if things got messier than you anticipated, you can just quickly like switch out your sheets and then go to bed.
Exactly.
You can also sleep with a towel sitting on your sheets too. Like
Done
that.
that.
Like if things got messy, you can just like throw a towel there and be like, all right,
And
I'm
then
going to sleep
tackle it
like
in the
this.
morning. Totally done that. Many
Exactly.
times. Yep.
Not a big deal. I've totally done that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, you know what? Let's just throw this one out.
Ellen's.
I recommend. These are just bonus tips.
She's like,
for
this
those
is going to
of
be
you
the
who
never-ending
listen.
episode because I'm going to keep thinking of tips.
You get the good tips if you listen to the whole episode.
That's right.
Have sex on his side of the bed, and then he can deal with that. Right? Like, not
I
on.
love that. Yep.
He can sleep with the towel sitting there. So,
was so
there's
funny.
an option too. You can also just have sex like on the bottom half of the bed, right? You can have sex sideways.
That's true.
On the bed.
That's a good idea.
As long as you have like a queen size or larger, you should be good to go.
That's a good idea.
Like if you're hanging out on a double-sized bed, that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, true.
But
All great tips. Look these.
I'm sorry if you're hanging out on a double-sized bed. Those beds are so small.
But maybe you don't mind it, and that's wonderful too.
Yeah, hey, maybe you guys are kind of loose,
Closer
and that's
the
totally
better.
fine. I have a queen sized, and like I like the queen size.
Yeah,
It's right.
We had to
It's
get
right
a
for
king
us.
because we had so many babies coming in our bed. So that's nice
Oh
too.
yeah, that. I always feel whenever like if we stay at a hotel and it has like a king size bed, I'm always just like, there's so
I
much room.
know.
I feel like that. Is it a Rihanna song? The like California king bed, and it's like we're miles and miles apart.
Oh my gosh.
You know that song?
I don't know that.
I don't know if it's Rihanna. It might not be Rihanna, but like I think it's like she's talking about being on a California size king bed, which those ones are giant.
That's so.
And she's like, we're miles and miles apart. And I always think of that.
That's hysterical.
And then
don't know
I
that song.
proceed to sing it if we're on a king bed.
I love it. Okay, we're done now. We're done for real. We're done.
Okay, I'm closing it off.
Thanks so much for listening. If you've ever found yourself wondering, is this allowed? Or feeling unsure about how to spice things up without crossing a line, you are so not alone. A lot of Catholic women want more passion and variety in the bedroom, but they don't want to wade through garbage to get there. That is exactly why I created the Catholic Sex Positions Guide. It is respectful, it is church aligned, and it's full of creative, clear ideas that can help you feel more confident and connected without second guessing your choices. You can find it at vinesandfullbloom.com/positions guide or check the show notes for the link.